Hello and welcome to today's program. My name is Patricia Gasu. There is one thing that is associated with journalism, and that is creativity. As a journalist, your creativity has to come to play at any time and at anywhere. After the break, we'll talk more about that. Please stay. Welcome back. Over the weekend, one of our colleagues actually got married, and we had the reporter there, as usual. Creativity has to come in place, and she joins me in studio.
Yes, madam.
Wedding correspondent.
You can say that, but, well, I didn't go there in the capacity as a reporter. I went there to represent our boss, our head
and represent
of
the
department
team.
and the team, because it was at Tamale, and we can't all go to Tamale. This is a family, so someone must go and represent the team from Accra. Actually, it was our regional correspondent, Hashmin Mohammed, for the northern region, who got married, and it was fun.
I have a lot of questions to ask you, but let's start from the trip. From here, did you go by air or by road?
Okay,
tell me about it. I'm interested.
I went by air. It was a nice scene. It was beautiful. I got there in time, so I didn't miss my flight. So it was all cool. But later on, when we set off, I realized, oh, so the wedding is not going to be on Saturday as we thought, so it means I had to sleep over. So when I got to Tamale, I don't know anybody in Tamale. I had to call the correspondent who is getting married to tell me where to go. And he mentioned 3 hotels. But I remember at that time I was in a hurry to change my departure flight, because for what I had, I was supposed to return the same day, but the wedding was actually the following day. So I needed to change my departure flight. So I didn't pay attention to what he said. All I heard was one name of the 3 hotels he mentioned that I could lodge at. So after I had finished everything, I wanted to call him back to confirm what he mentioned. I couldn't get through. So the one I remember, I kept in mind. Then I just picked a taxi. I said, take me to this hotel. Then the taxi driver took me there. It was a long journey from the airport to town. So he took me to the hotel. I got there. When I went to the reception, you know, I was in this, in my casual way, very casual, because I don't want to feel like I'm pressed, under pressure when I'm in a flight. So I like doing casual. So I was very casual. I got there and I said, I need a room. The lady looked at me and said, you need a room here? I said, yes, I need a room here. He said, okay, which one? Here is our card. So I picked it and I said, okay, I want a single room. He said, the single room is 333 cedis for the night.
Seriously?
Yes. And I was like, okay, can I have that one? And he said, oh, it's taken. So you have to go for the standard, which is 388 cedis for the night. And Patricia, all I had in my purse was 200 cedis, because I didn't intend to go and spend almost 400 cedis for a hotel. So she said, okay, we'll put it in place. And
it's a posh hotel? Like a
I learned it's the most expensive hotel there. And I don't know why.
And that was the only name you had?
He mentioned 3 and I had just that one.
Okay.
So I called one of our colleagues and said, yeah, I have a friend there. He can come and pick you and take you elsewhere. I said, but I've paid 150 already. What if I'm going out and they tell me, bring the rest of the money, bring 250?
How many hours? You spent how many hours there?
I had not spent an hour. I spent close to an hour in the room. So
maybe you can just go by and say, oh, okay, I've changed my mind. I don't think I'm interested in it.
I am coming there. So immediately I entered the room. I started making the calls. So for that period, I was just calling. So I called like 3 of our colleagues, send me money so I can just pay.
Yeah.
I don't want any embarrassment. Send me money. And unfortunately, they all didn't have money.
If none of them had responded, it would have been a headline.
Of course.
Johnny said it.
So I called the other 2. They said, no. Get out of that place. It's too expensive. Go to a guest house. I said, which guest house? I said, there's a guest house right behind the hotel. You pay like 50 cedis. And you are here paying 400 cedis. For what? You are not doing anything there. Get out.
For a place to lay your head.
Now I am afraid to get out, because if I'm getting out and he asks for the rest of the money, I can't pay. So I'll rather remain in there. So one of our colleagues, Gladys, actually called a friend who said he was in Accra, but sent someone to come and pick me and take me to a guest house. I waited for him to arrive. At that time, I was also calling another colleague I had worked with before, who I know comes from that town.
Yeah.
I kept calling and sent her messages. So she also read my message and responded, but I didn't see the response till later. So when the guy came in and said, someone asked me to come and pick you and take you to a guest house, then I quickly called the reception. I said, before then, I called the reception. I said, I will have a guest. When the guest comes, I have to check out. He said, it's not been an hour yet. I said, yeah, I have an emergency, so I need to go.
Oh, that's smart.
So when the guy came, I came out of the hotel room. I said, I'm leaving with my bag. Then she said, so what do we do? I said, but I gave you 150. So what do we do? That is why I am here. What do we do? Then she said, no, once you open the door and you enter, it means you've used our room. So you have to pay something. So I'm taking 100, you take the 50. Then I took the 50. No comments. I just left. So we got out there, and I asked the guy, how are we leaving? He said, let me get my motorbike. I said, what? Motorbike.
That's a motorbike. Hey.
Okay, you go. I will walk and follow. He said, but madam, you don't know where we are going. I said, how far are we going? Just show me, so I'll walk and follow you. Because me, I'll never sit on motorbike. He said, no, it's not difficult. It's so easy. I said, you don't understand me, eh? I have vowed never to sit on motorbike.
Never in capital letters.
I am not going to sit on a move. I'll follow you. Then I walked past him, and I walked out of the hotel. Yeah, I don't know. So he sat on the motorbike, and then he came to me and he said, madam, you sit on it like this.
I guess the scene would be like a man trying to corner.
Can you imagine? And said, just put your feet here and then just sit on it. I'll ride very slow. You will not even feel like you are on a motorbike. I said, really? But I don't want to do it. He convinced me to the point that I was like, this is a total stranger. He just introduced himself to me and told me he's been asked to come and pick me. How am I supposed to disappoint him? I can't do that. So I said, put your fears aside, jump on the motorbike.
Where's the helmet?
Oh, my dear, I asked for helmet. And he told me that in Tamale, if you are riding with helmet, it means you are kolo. That is one. It means you are so inexperienced.
Like, seriously?
We went through town, then like about 10 minutes into the ride, I became comfortable. So we were on it for a long time to town. And then he took me past and then he said, oh, you said you're coming for Hashmin's wedding. I know Hashmin. This is Hashmin's house.
Oh, another big house. But it's not as big as the other one.
Yeah, this one is how much is
Okay. How much is
We passed there. They went to a guest house. We got there and said, get the lady a room. The man just left, going to pick a key and come back. Then I got a call on the phone. It was my friend I contacted earlier who had sent him messages I had not read, Hamdia. And then she said, Mother, I sent you messages. Have you seen them? Have you seen them? I said, no. She said, check the messages and get back to me. I checked. Said, my father has a room in his guest house, so go there. My father will accommodate you. Do you know Tamale? I said, I don't know anywhere, but I'm here with a tour guide who can take me there. So I gave the phone, I called, gave the phone.
Stranger is not a tour guide too.
Yeah. It's not coincidental that someone called him to come and pick me up. Called, they spoke, and then he knows the hotel, the guest house, Bosky guest house. So, okay, let's go. It means we'll be riding across town again on the motorbike. He said, cool, I'm comfortable now, let's go. So we rode in town, and I can't believe I had my phone taking selfie on the motorbike. The motorbike, I've told myself I'll never sit
I think I'm interested in that. Let's watch that particular scene.
Oh, another big house. But it's not as big as the other one.
Yeah, this one is how much is
Okay. How many?
how much is
Hey, you really overcame your fear.
Yeah. I needed to do something to feel like, yeah, I am in town. What do you mean? How can I sit on motorbike and be so scared throughout the journey? So finally, we got to our destination at the guest house. I checked in, all right. Hamdia's father was very nice to me. I couldn't come out of my room again. I couldn't do anything because I felt so tired. Already I had been worn out from work before going there. So I was tired. Then the following day was wedding day. Wedding day was another fun day. So I called
on the bike again, I guess.
It's not really the bike that was
I'm not sure the guy will have to come to you. You know, call him.
I called him. He told me that anywhere I want to go.
Oh, the dear.
He has no. He has been tasked to take care of me.
Okay.
So anywhere I want to go, I must call him.
Okay.
So he takes me. And I think taxi is very expensive at Tamale because from the airport to town was 30 cedis.
Okay, I don't know the distance.
And yeah, that distance won't qualify for 30 cedis in Accra. So I asked and I was told because everybody else has a motorbike, people rarely use a taxi. So when you stop one, they must take everything they have from you.
Oh, okay.
And you know, the one that brought me to the hotel from the airport is an airport taxi. So he told me, oh, when you're going again, call me, I'll come and pick you. I won't charge you 30 cedis because the 30 is in and out.
Okay.
They must charge you in and out because he's picking you from the hotel to from airport to town, and he must go to the airport
back again.
Empty. So I called him and I told him, oh, the wedding is in an hour. He said, okay, I'm coming to pick you up. Then I started worrying because, my dear, I was wearing heel.
What outfit did you have on?
A very long dress. You can see that. And I was wearing a heel, very long heel. And I don't remember seeing someone sit on motorbike with that one. So I was worried. So when he got there, then I told him, oh, boss, this is my worry. What should I do about it? He said, oh, don't worry. You sit on it. And I said, am I dressed too? He said, you have to sit sideways. I was like, whoa. I have done this one as if that is not enough. Now you want me to sit sideways on the motorbike? He said, yes, that is how the women
But with the
sit on
dress,
it.
how are you going to sit, like, open your legs and
So
one leg here,
let
the
me
other
tell
one
you
here?
what I observed in Tamale. They all sew their dresses like that. You know, in the Muslim community, you rarely see mini dresses. So it's like that. And they all wear leggings under it because almost all the women ride motorbike anyway.
Oh, okay.
So they have leggings under it. So immediately they sit, they pull everything up. What
So
you
don't-
see is
don't
the
get
leggings.
exposed.
Yes.
Yeah.
And immediately they get down, they just remove it and they are gone. You
Oh,
don't
that's nice.
see anything showing that with their babies strapped at their backs, or a man and the wife and a baby, or one child in front, another at the back. It's just a normal scene. So I didn't prepare myself to do that one. So I had to sit sideways. And I sat sideways and I said, Jesus, with this my heel, this sideways, what do I do? And he said, oh, as of this one, if I feel a bit shaken, I can hold a side of the motorbike. Hold it like that. You have all contractors, government officials, politicians coming to Hashmin's wedding.
Wow.
I saw So many of them. In fact, my tour guide was the one telling me, oh, this is the brother of the governor of the Bank of Ghana. He's a contractor here. Okay, he came. And you have these musicians, local musicians, who ushered them in. So when they are coming, they start playing and you can
So did you get any of such?
Yeah. You can enjoy that one now.
Wow.
So it,
Did you also spray it on them?
no, me, I didn't get that welcome.
Oh.
I didn't get that welcome.
They don't know you.
No.
Oh.
They know my correspondence more than me. It's okay.
Tamale.
It's okay.
Oh. Who at the time don't know her? Oh.
It was Hashmin's day.
No, but at least.
It was Hashmin's
No,
day.
no, no. Come
No.
on. No. From what we watched.
They came in and the music was beautiful. Hashim was too busy. And I said, but this is different from what we experience here. If you are the groom or the bride, on that day you don't do anything.
It's
You are-
always about
everything
the
is
bride.
done for you so you can relax. But this one, Hashim was busy running about, and it's like he must welcome every dignitary who comes there himself. So he will tell you, Madam, come in there, and he will never come again. He will go round greeting and all that. I said, whoa, this guy will break down a day after the marriage because it's been 3 days of tradition and culture. He'll break down. He said, oh, we all do it. It is okay. So after some time, I said, where is the bride? I've not seen the bride. All I'm seeing is the groom. So they are doing the bride's wedding at the bride's house. And they will do the groom's wedding at the groom's house.
So what time do they meet?
Later in the day, around 4 p.m., then they will bring the bride to join the groom. That I said, I need to see the bride. I can't go without the bride. I said, okay, then let someone take you to where the bride is, and it's away from the groom's house. We went there, and there was another celebration there. So immediately I got there.
You didn't get any...
I did. When I got there, I saw someone who stood out. And I said, I'm sure this is the bride. Then someone said, but do you know her? I said, no, but I remember Hashmin sent a picture
of her. Yeah, the invitation card.
Yes, it looks like, and she was so dressed elegantly, and she was taking selfies and pictures with her friends. So I took a snapshot before I could even be introduced to her. So when our colleagues joined us, we went there, myself, Martina, Rafiq and his wife, and then one other lady from Radio Justice.
Okay.
We went there together, we took some pictures with her, and we had to leave right away because of me, because my flight was the same day. So I came back to tell Hashmin I was leaving. So wait for a car to send you to the airport.
Oh.
And I went to sit in the
at long
midst
last.
of...
At long last.
I said, oh, no, I'll do the motorbike again. And I said, no, that is dangerous. To the airport is dangerous. Because like I told you, the road is, it's not deserted, but it's a highway. You see, anything can happen. I'm inexperienced sitting on a motorbike from
and that's
town.
what you
It's
can
a
see.
long
That's
journey.
just the road.
It's a long journey, so you would not want to try it at all. Then they said I should taste something called tumbani.
What is tumbani?
Said is a meal. Martina told me it's a meal made from beans. Okay, so I should taste it. I was reluctant. And they had sprinkled sesame seeds on it. Said it's healthy. I tasted it and it was nice.
You had to take more?
No, I took just one. Because at that time, Martina had taken me to go and eat serious tuozafi. TZ proper, the Tamale way. So I couldn't take tumbani. I took just one piece. And they were enjoying it. It was okay. I'll show you that one too along the line. So wait for a vehicle to send you. The vehicle wasn't coming. Hashmi said, okay, then pick taxi. Went to pick a taxi for me. 40 Ghana this time.
And you had just 70
cedis.
Ghana on you?
Yes, and Hashmin
Hashmin
paid.
was going to pay.
Hashmin paid before I could say jab. Can you
Hashmin
imagine?
paid.
This groom
Hashmin paid for
and
you.
told me that per custom, when you come, I have to give you a confirm guinea fowl.
Okay.
But since I am busy and I can't get you the guinea fowl. You go, I'll send the guinea fowl to Accra for you. I
But that'll
said,
be after
okay.
his honeymoon.
Yes. Then we left and I realized I was behind schedule for my flight.
Whoa.
Running, went to the guest house, picked my bag, didn't wear my sandals, holding it like that, ran out. Hamdia's father was like, oh, take your time, you won't miss it. I said, I will miss it. You know, youthful exuberance. He said, no, take your time. I said, no, I will miss it. I ran, we went straight, and the taxi driver was driving so slow.
Aww.
And I felt so bad.
You didn't call your motor.
Dispatch rider.
Dispatch
And there was so
rider.
much traffic. There wasn't traffic congestion like that, but you have traffic lights at every intersection in the Tamale Township. So when he gets, if it was a motorbike, it can skip the red light. But it's a vehicle. He can't.
It can skip the red lights.
No. He's always behind 3 or 4. So he can't.
No, he said if it's to be a motorbike,
It can skip, but a vehicle cannot.
We don't
because there were
encourage
others,
that, you know.
No. In that town, they recognize them, so they pass. They don't recognize. They don't really wait. They just go through. So far as they look here and look there, and there's no vehicle, oh, they are gone already. So we were in traffic. I was looking at the time, and I realized,
just call him.
I've missed my flight.
Oh.
So we got to the airport. I was running. Then someone said, take your time. My departure was 4:40. Take your time, take your time, take it. I got there. They said, oh, you missed your flight. So they had to check me on the next one. I said, okay. They did everything. They finished. Then I realized, this is why they're playing tricks on me. Yes, I arrived late, but I didn't miss flight 167. No, I didn't. You know why?
No.
Because there was bad weather in Accra. So the one coming to pick us couldn't leave early. Yes, I was late, but I got my flight. And that's how my days at Tamale, my 1 day stay at Tamale went. Very exciting new discoveries.
I think you should write your story.
You
So that I'll edit.
really want me to write this?
Yeah, so that I'll edit. So that for a News Prime. We'll edit during
Don't be
News Prime.
mischievous. I can't do this one.
So what happened to the 70 Ghana?
Oh, that was all I had on me. Till I got to Accra, I didn't have to
So
buy
what of the
anything because they were
mobile
so
money?
nice. Oh, I took it. Yes, Hashmin's younger brother took me to a mobile money vendor.
Yeah.
And I took the money, put it in my purse before I came to Accra.
So have you paid the people?
I don't
The
owe
one- no,
anyone.
You asked someone to send it to you.
Yeah, it's a friend, and
so-
he says it's for keeps. Thank you. So it's like they took my 100 cedis. I got 100 cedis. It was exciting. I loved Tamale. I don't know. I would like to go back there again, but I think cost of living is high there, especially
Really?
transportation. Yeah.
If you get a bike, you're good to go.
Exactly, if I get a bike. Because when we went to the wedding, seriously, everybody who came, all the ladies had their bike. Martina gave me a lift on her bike too when we were going to eat the teaser.
I'm not a very adventurous type, but today I've done something I never thought in my wildest dream I would do. I'm sitting on a motorbike in a hill and on halfway, I should call it, not the usual way, without a helmet. I don't know, but I've done it. I've sat on it for like 3 different occasions today, and I'm getting used to it, and it feels good. It's fun. So much air blowing around, except that when a big car passes around me, then I feel like, hey, it's going to knock me down. But all in all, my sister Martina is giving me a good ride, and we are having fun.
Okay.
And I sat on another bike to go and collect the mobile money, and it was fun. So
I think
I'll get one.
Elvis is supposed to hear this. The next time Martha is supposed to go on any assignment in Tamale, we should get her bike.
Yeah, you can
that's
rent
it.
one before I get
I think
there.
you should,
So when
start,
I go there,
you should start learning how to ride.
I
now.
asked the cost and said it will cost like 2,500 to get one.
That is something small for you. Anyway,
Really?
that was
Thank you very much.
it's something small for you. She can afford even 10 times of that.
I see.
Anyway, thank you so much for your time. My name is Patricia. So I've been with Martha Crenshaw Aqua. We will say she's the sweet 16 here, and she's the stranger in town now, enjoying her motor ride. See you same time next week. Bye-bye.